Thank you very much, Dr. Campana. Our third panelist is Madeline Greymountain, a member of the Tribal Council for the Confederated Tribes of the Goshute Indian Reservation, which governs the reservation and manages the tribal government. Councilwoman Greymountain will provide us with an indigenous perspective informed by hundreds of years of cultural traditions in the Great Basin, now threatened by transboundary groundwater pipeline proposal that we've heard about from Maud Barlow and Simeon Hertzkovitz, as well as others throughout the conference. It is my honor to introduce and offer a very warm welcome to Councilwoman Madeline Greymountain.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Madeline Greymountain, and I'm a representative of the Confederated Tribes of the Goshute Reservation. From what I understand, I'm supposed to be a politician, but I'm not. I'm a representative. I feel privileged to be here today, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I just want to share a little bit about myself before I delve into my reason for being here. I wanted to talk a little bit about the history of our people and how I tie into all of that. These mountains are what I woke up to every day for the early years of my life living with my grandparents on the reservation, and this is where many who still reside on the reservation call home and enjoy living it every day. I was delivered into this world by my great-grandmother back in the 60s on the reservation I represent now. I didn't even have a birth certificate until I was 17 years old. She lived to be almost 100 years old and practiced her traditional ways throughout her entire life, as many of our people do today. She knew of and used wild plants for medicine and healing. She spoke only our traditional language, but her teachings were clear and strong, leading by example. Pictured here is my Dhoti. She's my great-grandmother. She's the one that's on the left. And my Gagu, who is my grandmother, who is her youngest daughter my Dhoti's on the right, my Gagu's on the left. Our people hunt deer, elk, antelope, rabbits, pheasants, rock chucks, and other wildlife generationally. These animals rely on the supply of water in our springs, ponds, and streams. Springs, ponds, and streams. I say that 10 times. I was told my Dhoti hunted with just a rifle and a horse in her spry years, which is something I can't imagine myself doing. I was told a lot of stories about her, and I think she was an incredible woman. Our people still gather, cook, and store wild plant food, such as choke cherries, elderberries, wild onions, watercress, wild mint leaves, pine nuts, and the like. These traditional foods kept our people healthy. And long ago, when this is all that they ate, they didn't have much need for medical attention. They kept physical and, of course, drank lots of water. So they didn't have the illnesses that we have today, such as diabetes and cancer and all of these other things that are in our bodies now. Water also had other uses, such as tanning deer hides, making willow supple for cradleboard making, and basketry. Just to mention a few examples of cultural use, I believe, Gavin, we played something during the recess earlier, and it showed some of that basketry. We also receive spiritual help through our cedar and sage. You will find cedar and sage in every one of our homes. Water is used in our ceremonies. Our prayers begin and end with water. Water is not just water to our people. Our water is for healing, spirituality, and cleansing of the body and soul. Our people live through the water as the water lives through us. As we all know, what does our doctor say to us when we get sick? Drink lots of water, right? So, clean water. Our reservation is located in an oasis in the valley and foothills of the Deep Creek Mountains in White Pine County, Nevada, as well as Joab and Twilla counties in Utah. You'll see here, hey, that does come out good, huh? Well, it's somewhere in here. I don't think you can see it very well. Let's see. The reservation covers approximately 113,000 acres of land located between about 70 miles southeast of Wendover, straddling the Utah-Nevada border. Many times we get confused with the Scow Valley Band of Goshutes, who are our sister tribe, but we are separate governments. They are located northeast of the Dugway Proving Grounds. I think you can see this one better. They are right here. You can see from this map the location of the two Goshute tribes. In addition to drinking water, domestic and agricultural use, we currently use our water for our Bonneville cutthroat trout fishery. Interestingly, the tribe maintains a fishery that propagate the only pure strains of Bonneville cutthroat trout and basically saved the species from extinction. Further additional use include an orchard and crop irrigation, horse and livestock watering, and it is home to migratory birds, and it sustains all wildlife and plants. We have future proposed water uses still under construction and several agricultural projects on the horizon. Since time immemorial, the Goshute, Shoshone, and Paiute have inhabited and used our aboriginal lands in the Great Basin. This map includes the Ute and Navajo. The Confederate Tribes of the Goshute Reservation has partnered with the Round River Conservation Studies to assist the tribe in protecting its interests on and off the reservation through cultural mapping, such as this map. Scientific studies and reports aimed at strengthening the position of the tribe in all land issues. The long-term goal of this project is to exert and defend our rights and interests across our ancestral lands to maintain our access to clean water, public lands, natural resources, and protect our cultural antiquities. The Indian tribes have sovereign rights secured under Indian treaties and agreements with the United States and all other rights and benefits to which we are entitled under the laws and Constitution of the United States. In keeping our sovereignty in practice, we want to enlighten the public toward a better understanding of our Indian people, to preserve our Indian culture and traditional values, and to promote the health, safety, and welfare of our Indian people. My talk today will focus on our opposition with groundwater pumping from the surrounding areas that will affect the reservation's underground water reserve. The Southern Nevada Water Authority has received approval from the Nevada State Water Engineer for a number of groundwater rights applications in the areas surrounding the reservation, with the intention of pumping as much water as they can to Las Vegas to support continued urban and suburban growth in that area. The area in the red, can you see that? Okay, that area in the red right there indicates the Southern Nevada Water Authority's water grab area. The dark area is our ancestral lands. It looks like a duck head is what I told Gavin one time. When you see from this map the growth of Las Vegas from 1973 to 2006, Southern Nevada Water Authority began their plans more than 30 years ago, then sprang into aggressive action a few years ago when our chairman, Rupert Still, at that time became aware of it. He proactively became engaged. From this picture, you can see the rapid growth under a period of time and why they have acquired a great thirst. We consider our reservation the epicenter of this great undertaking, and the Southern Nevada Water Authority wants us to believe our aquifer surely ends at the reservation boundary and this pipeline will not affect us. You know, it's pretty, when you see this map here, our reservation is right here. The studies go to the west, east, and south of our reservation. We were not included in any of those studies. It would have been at our own cost, and we don't have the finances to take care of that kind of studies. We're still working on that. And so the red on this map indicates the pipeline that will extend from our area carrying our precious water to Las Vegas, which is this line right here. This is the line that will carry our water. Also note the boundary of the area to the west, south, and east of our reservation, which I just pointed out to you. The Great Basin Aquifer is really a system of many dozens of poorly studied groundwater basins interconnected through fissures and underground flows deep in the carbonate rock layer that stretch from Salt Lake City to California. Underground flows toward the Great Salt Lake will reverse course with effects that will not be known until the pumps are ignited, some experts say and tell us. And I believe that. Federal agencies such as the BIA and BLM have trust responsibility to protect Indian tribes and tribal resources. Yet instead of working to safeguard the rights of tribes, these, among other agencies, have joined forces with the Southern Nevada Water Authority to do everything possible to ensure that this pipeline gets built. And our tribe has stood strong opposition with this, and we will continue to stand our ground. The Southern Nevada Water Authority's pending applications and groundwater development proposal would threaten all supposedly available groundwater in our area. I say supposedly due to the fact that there are no conclusive studies to support adequate groundwater to afford the piping to Las Vegas. We have attempted to get adequate hydrological studies done on the reservation, but no finances make this difficult, although some studies conducted off reservation still resulted in no real conclusion. I'm going to skip this part that I was going to talk about a little bit about the Colorado River, but I believe some of the other presentations already covered that, so we'll skip this. At the same time, we are also pleading our case to the Nevada and Utah state offices and representatives, which include state engineers, the governors, state Senate members, legislature, and so on, to keep the pressure on our strong stand of opposition. The Nevada legislature currently is proposing changes to the Nevada water law and drafting new bills to revise this law. However, the proposed bills weigh in favor of Southern Nevada Water Authority. This part, I'll just show you the picture on this. I had some stuff to say on this, but I think it's repetitious of the upcoming. Our Aboriginal lands overlap the areas of concern and have nothing to do with the reservation boundary. Our people roamed and lived throughout the Great Basin regions in Utah and Nevada since before laws and boundary. The land and water comprising these Aboriginal lands have been central to the culture and religion of the Great Basin tribes and have purposefully